Okay, let's get this party started. My name is Sidney Guajardo. I'm coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, and we are the Trading Places. It's Friday, May 29th. I just realized right when I said that I put some notes in there yesterday on some of the trade pairs that I put May 29th PM session. So I guess I needed a cup of coffee last night too. So let's take a look here. Let's look at the King Solomon. Let's see what we can get going today. Gold took off last night. It was down in the 17. Yeah, where did it get down to last night? 17.15, something like that. 17.19. It was crazy, and then it popped up these last few hours. So let's take a look here. Let's erase some of this stuff. Like I said, I don't give trend on gold. Let me see. Let's see, where are we? We're right here. This is our vertical line, which I use as a timestamp, right there. And I'll just give a general direction of what gold is doing. And let's see. And just see where it goes from there. All right, let's go to US 30, which in my opinion is the same as gold. It moves just as quickly. I expected it to go short, and it did. We do have indicators hooked up on it, but it's just way too slippery of a fish to, to make any calls. I make every call with responsibility to my students, because we all lean on somebody, right? And you pay for your education, and so I just want to make sure we get some good stuff. Let me see, where are we? We're right there. Typically, when gold goes up, US 30 goes down. But I've seen it here recently where they're both going up and down in the same direction at the same time for short periods of time. I see that the US 30 will probably go up. People are starting to get back to work. Job claims or jobless claims are going to go down. So I see the US 30 bounce back here next week. It's just my prediction. All right, let's do some erasing here. Boy, that indicator just really kicked some butt last night, huh? In Forex, there was a student that we did a one-on-one, and he really wanted to join. He's going to. But he says, man, it just seems like I went 5 for 5 the other day. And I said, how'd you do that? He goes, well, I just took a guess. He goes, man, do I really need your education? And I said, well, that's up to you. I mean, I know 98% of Forex retail traders lose their money. I don't, it could be 90, but the article I was saying said 98%. But guessing at something like is kind of like do it yourself. The way I look at it is, if you're going to plant a garden or start a garden, that's something you can do it yourself on, because what do you have to lose? A little bit of elbow grease and 12 cents for seeds. But in Forex, you're putting your hard-earned money in it. You need some kind of coaching, some kind of help. In my opinion, right now in basketball, LeBron James is probably one of the best basketball players, even though I'm not a fan of his, but he is the best. I guarantee that guy has a coach for every asset of his life. Probably he has a nutrition chef, a mind, psychology or whatever kind of coach. He has a coach for everything, endurance, the whole 9 yards. So he's a professional. So why wouldn't you think you need a coach when you want to do something like this? That's the way I looked at it. And then he's going to sign up today. I don't know why we had to go into all that with him, because this is a very hard business. But don't do it yourself on this. And I've often told students, if you want to go look at, let's say you're having a bad week or something because you made some bad decisions on our program, don't try and learn another strategy. That'll just really mess you up. Just learn one way, and that's it. But getting back to this, I think that we're going to take this long. Yep. Okay. And for those of you that are students here stateside or international, if you haven't been on in a while, please go to your Sierra charts and go to this button right here, help, and then come down to, where is it? Download current version. And you'll be able to do a lot of things with it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I like the fact that we're able to put these tools up and they look so robust. I love it. So long when indicators turn, it's a deal today. Let's okay. All right, so let's go to race mode. All right, let's go to vertical line, which is our timestamp. It's kind of in a range here. Now, I don't know what's happening, but it looks like dollar yen wants to go short. Looks like dollar yen wants to go short, but it had this big increase here, and right here, this long candle. So it's kind of making me realize that this wants to change direction, or this could be, I don't know what it is. But before you go short, because the indicators are going short right now, make sure and be very aware of your terrain. I'm not going to take the trade, but let's just beware. This is I'm going to put short, but beware. I have two fur babies outside. I got a yellow lab and a beagle, and every time there's a jogger that goes by, He pretends like they're gonna come kill us. These little dogs are crazy, crazy, crazy. So, what are we doing here? Northwind indicators turn, and they didn't. So, it retraced. So this would have never sent you a signal to go long. So, very, very good. Even when the King Solomon is wrong, he just won't send you any signals. So this is good. You wouldn't have gotten the trade anyway. So anyway, this is the money where it's right here. Our timestamp is right here. And since there's really no agreement, that's what we're going to call it. No agreement. So there's no trade here today. All right. And the general direction, let's look at our trend finder. Our general direction is long. All right, let's go to the next one. Aussie dollar, US dollar. Let's put our race mode here. Give me 1 second here. Let me see here. We are right there. This is kind of in a range here. Let me show you. So this is consolidation. This is not a trade today. All right, let's go to pound dollar. This looks like it may be trending up. There was no agreement last night. It took off, went down and just took off again. Looks like there may have been a pattern trending here. those pattern trainers. I think those patterns form all the time. And they work like maybe 50% of the time. There's a lot of competitors out there that use strictly pattern training. There's just no consistency there. But anyway. See here. Our trend tool, our best friend. You know what? Fibonacci's a very good way of figuring all this out. I guess the Fibonacci, the linear regression is kind of the sideways friend of Fibonacci. I prefer the trend tool and then just finding your own support and resistance. I think it's more accurate. There's a lot more of them. You know, as a matter of fact, let me show you. So Fibonacci's there for let me see. It's really called retracement, but let me see here. So we make our money between support and resistance. So this is support and this is resistance. And so when it hits this line, it can bounce up to come here. Or if it penetrates here, it can go to the next one and then bounce back down, as you can see. And it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate, but let me show you how much more accurate you can be if you do it yourself. Okay, we just talked about do it yourself, but this is just different. So let me. So if you put a horizontal line, like this one here, let me see, is there another one? Let me see. Let's do another one right here. You see, what we're looking for is where the trade has actually come to and kissed it. Look, it did it there. Did it right there. Did it right there. These are kind of doing our own support and resistance. So if you see, it kind of looks like a Fibonacci wrap, but just with a whole lot more lines. Excuse me. So if you notice, sometimes when you're looking at, when you're in a trade and you keep looking at it, matter of fact, let me look at this one here. So we're in the positive on these. So when you're in a trade and you're looking at, do you notice that sometimes a candle will it'll move and then it'll stop and then it'll, hold on. And it kind of struggles, whether it's going up or down, it'll struggle. It kind of like moves and stops and comes back and forth. That means it's testing one of these lines here. That's why I always say before you get in a trade or get out of a trade, find out what support and resistance line you're on, because if it hits that line and goes backwards, you're going to lose money. Sometimes it'll go through it and come back through. It'll pierce it. So hold on, let me see. So that's what that is. So let me quick little lesson there. What we'll talk about. You can more or less tell support resistance just by putting your kind of eyeball on it. You see that one's usually it happens within a range. Like it was consolidating here and consolidating. Let me just show you. So if you look at here, right here, that's consolidating, right? And you can see support and resistance right down the middle. And here's another one. And there's support resistance there. So it'll come and bounce and pierce and come around here, just touches again. And you can see that right there. So that normally happens when it's in consolidation. So just quick little thing, you know, make you better in Forex trading. Just remember, keep the main thing the main thing. Trade with the trend. And let's look at our trend tool right there. But let me see here. I mean, this could go up. It looks like it's going up. We have a little bit of influence going up, but then it's kind of coming down here. You know, this on a Friday, I don't know, let me see. Put something here. I'm going to say long if indicators turn. I'd have to put a dang a book together to explain what I'm about to tell you. So just keep this in mind. And my students know this already. Is as many hours as there are in a day. That's about how many hours it's going to take for this trade to turn back north, or for the indicators to agree. So Friday is a short day. I usually don't like to get in trades today, and if you do, get out of them by noon, because the market turns off today at 4 o'clock. And the last thing you want to do is be in a trade, stay in it over the weekend, and come Sunday it gaps on you. Gap means that it stopped here. Let me show you here, so you can follow the spotlight. It stops here, and then all of a sudden you're in the trade going short. You're doing good. Market stops, your money stops, and then all of a sudden it starts up here. It could happen, very well could happen, and you just lost all this, blew up your account. So don't do it. Be out of your trades by noon, 4 hours before. Good case in point. Look at this. I'm going to show you. Not on this account. But there was a trade that I took during the evening session. It was gold. I took it with a trend, and it turned on me. And I was up till 2 a.m. babysitting that stupid trade, and I lost $8,900, which is, a tenth of a point on that $5 million account. That's the first loss I've taken in 3 weeks. So I don't want to show these guys that I'm Superman, so I went ahead and took a loss. If they only knew King Solomon, maybe I should introduce him. Maybe I shouldn't. But anyway, I was in that trade for 8 hours and lost, almost $9,000. And then as soon as I closed the trade, I woke up this morning. It jumped up $20 or $10. That would have put me at $200,000 in gross in profit. That would have been beautiful. But anyway, does not work. So get out of your trades is the point. Dollar Swiss. Well, it worked for about 8 hours to go short, and then it went long. So I like the long signal better because it's already at the bottom. It's coming up. Look at these indicators. They're starting to turn. That's crazy. So let's erase this. All right, so where are we? We're right here. And here's our timestamp to prove it. All right, so I'm not going to put a linear regression on here or a trend finder. I'm going to put an arrow because the general direction is down, but we have this little doodad going long here. It's kind of doing the hokey pokey. You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out. Look at that. It's layman's terms for changing direction. Now, is this a true trend? It could be. It's already at the bottom. The US 30 is definitely going to affect this. But if this is a true trade, a true trend, there's a lot of real estate to move. Let's see what this is. What is this? Dollar Swiss. Right here. You see this last candle here? Let's see. Who knows? Let's see. This could be a nice little trade here. See if another equity line comes out. Anyway. We shall see Sunday afternoon. Oh, so I'm going to call this no agreement. Those of you looking at the training today or any of the trainings, please subscribe. If you're a student or you're not a student, refer somebody. We'll pay you for it. But reach out to us on our website, on our mailing list, and maybe give us some suggestions, or maybe go on our Twitter. It's at trading_places_ on Twitter. Just drop me a line. Make it public, too. I don't care. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. If there's something I can improve on, let me know. I'd rather you tell me than 25 other people. You may not agree with something I say here, but our track record shows that we are pretty dang good. By the way, I post all my trades on, pardon me, my FX book. If you go on to anybody on YouTube and look at their trainings, shoot them a line and say, hey, can I see your FX book? Yeah, watch what they do. My FX book makes your trades public. So these educators or so-called educators cannot conceal their mistakes. All my mistakes are on there. There's very few, but they're on there. But my FX book is a place where people that have lots of money and they're looking to hire some traders, they'll go there to see if you're worth your salt. And I want everybody to see my trades. No agreement. Thing fell like a lead in water and then shot up like a hot air balloon. This is a crazy one, but I like it. I think this is a new trend here. Pound Swiss. Let me see here. Even though it doesn't agree right now, I think there's going to be a lot of agreement coming here shortly. So this is something like I'm going to put on a watch list. I'm not going to say to take the trade. Let me see here. We'll just put this on a watch list. Write this down and take a little note. Just to remind you in case you didn't know. It's a George Strait song. Let me see here. Watch list for Sunday. Let's see what happens. All right, Aussie dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay. A lot of ranging yesterday. This is still, let me know what I'm going to put our time stamp on this here. Letting people know we're here. All right, here we go. Boom, boom. It's still ranging. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do that. So, consolidation, no trade, 0529. So this one is probably going to end up going short. It's right in the middle. There you go. Let's do one more, and we'll get out of here. This really hadn't moved much. It went down, just like I said it would, or King Solomon said. It went down for a good solid 8 hours. Still kind of in a downward trend. Let me see. Let's find out where we are. We're right here. For those of you who are saying, well, how do we know when the indicators turn for the brand new students? You'll get an email when you set up your account. Pretty dang easy. You get an alert, you go take a look at it. Like right here, if you would have taken the trade when the alert told you to, you would have made these pips right here. Like, what is that? 20 pips. It's a pretty good trade. Pretty dang good trade. But anyway, this is our trend finder. There's a tool that, let me see here. Yeah, let's call that a range. That's neat. I like the circle better. Look on this new button here. It's called Erase Chart Drawing Mode. Check this out. So when you push that button, all these numbers line up, right? And let's say, because if you touch one, it goes away. But what if that's all you want to do? So what you do is just in the middle of the chart book somewhere, outside or nowhere near any of the drawings. Let's say you want these drawings. I'm going to take this one off. Let's say you want these. I'm going to take this one off too. And I'm done, right? So let's say I want to keep these drawings. Just put your mouse right here where it's not bothering anybody and just push right click. Goes away. That's neat. So I'm going to call this short when indicators turn. So the new students say, hey, well, how do we know it's going short? Well, our indicators will tell you and it give you a message. And matter of fact, text. Short when indicators turn. So we've taken 1, 2, 3, 4 live trades. We're already in the positive. No other education company, especially in Forex, is going to do this. They're just not. Let me see here. Get out of the way. Actually, I've taken these 2 trades today, and they both went good. So that's 2 trades. Let me put this here. That's 2 trades today, and 3 here, so it's 5. This one's going to turn positive here shortly. So I'm very proud of myself for doing that. That's an awesome job. Matter of fact, let me anyway, we're the trading places. If you want to become a student, just go to our website. It's called thetradingplaces.com. You can do the buy button, put it in a cart. It's $3.99 to start. There's a recurring payment of $99. Part of that $99 goes to the charting system. You need the charting system. It's where you find your trades. It's where the indicators are. Where you get the signals, you get the alerts. The $99 also includes daily training twice a day, except for Friday and Sunday. We have our training on Sunday about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Wherever I'm at in the world, I will have training. And it's good training. It's world-class training. This is not a very hard... Oh, correction. This is a very, very hard business. But... I've figured it out to where I could break it down to the ridiculous, use layman's terms, and the indicators do all the work for you. So you can make money. Once you learn you do these indicators, you can make some pretty good money. And that's all there is to it. So, like I always say, we're gonna conclude today by this little phrase I say. It's I really believe that we were put on this planet to help people that can't help themselves. So. Smile at somebody today. It's only a bad day when you're pushing daisies. So smile, it'll get better. Trust me. I've been down those roads. And you can definitely learn a lot more lessons from the bottom of the mountain than you can from the top. And I've been there a couple times. So anyway, from our family to yours, have a great weekend, and we will see you Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.